On this episode of Bass to Billfish, 8-year-old superfan Christos gets the surprise of his life when Peter Miller invites him to be a guest on the show.
Are we doing this? Woo!
Fishing with Captain Ozzie Fischer out of South Seas Island Resort, Peter and Christos have a blast catching giant redfish and monster snook.
Holy cow!
But when the fishing day is over, they still hit the water. Florida, the fishing capital of the world.
Oh, yes!
With incredible fishing around every corner.
Yes, said it!
This is truly an angler's paradise. Join Peter Miller as he travels in search of big fish and shares his adventures with guests from around the globe.
Oh my God!
From freshwater to saltwater, ocean to Everglades.
Oh, yeah!
Join him for a fishing experience like no other.
Yeah!
This is Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller. Presented by Yellowfin.
For this episode of Bass to Billfish, I was really excited to get the ball rolling because this young boy, he's 8 years old, his name is Christos, and he's a super fan of Bass to Billfish.
What's your favorite episode from Bass to Billfish?
I don't have one. They're all great. They're all my favorites.
Christos is very animated and he loves fishing. And when you meet a kid that has all those elements, I knew he was the kid to pick.
Well, is there anything you want to say to Mr. Peter Miller?
Can I go fishing with you?
I wanted to surprise Christos. He had absolutely no idea he was going to be on the show. And I called his dad. I said, can you take him to Bass Pro Shops in Fort Myers? Hey, wait a second. I recognize you. Wait a second. Are you... Wait, let me guess. Christos.
Yeah. At Bass Pro Shop, I went there, and as soon as I walked in the door, I saw Peter Miller.
Have you ever seen any of my shows?
I watched all of them.
You do?
Whenever I met Peter Miller, he looked the same, like he was on the show, but without his glasses and all his gear on.
We got to get a picture, me and you. Selfie time. Let's do it. I decided to do like a little Instagram post with him in the video. Hey guys, we're here at Bass Pro and I'm with...
Christos.
Hey Christos, you want to be on Bass to Billfish?
Yeah.
Yeah? How much?
Like, it would mean the world to me.
Let's do it. You can just feel the positivity. It just kind of emanates. It goes right through your soul and it just feeds you and you feel so good. I'm like, this kid is truly a super fan. This is gonna be awesome. Let's do this. Woo!
I thought that a dream was actually coming true. Nope, I see him. He's right there.
Christos! The first morning of fishing, he showed up looking all bright and good, buddy. We're gonna catch some fish?
Yeah.
Yeah? Have you seen Ozzie yet?
Yeah.
Where is he? Where is that clown?
Right there.
Hey!
What's up, man? Good to see you.
Ozzie is one of the best captains by far, and what I like about Ozzie, he's really good at fishing, he's meticulous, he knows how to do everything, and he's like a buddy. Tell Ozzie what you want to catch today.
I want to catch redfish, mostly redfish.
Redfish?
Huh?
Okay, I guess how about big snook?
Yep.
Can I say what I want to catch?
What?
I want to catch big snook, Ozzie, please, Mr. Ozzie.
So we'll get Christos, redfish, and Peter, big snook.
Yeah.
Where should we head off to?
We're gonna start fishing around some oyster bars and
Okay.
mangroves and see if we can't get Christos those redfish. We might just so happen to catch a snook while we're doing it too.
That sounds good to
That
me.
would just be terrible, right?
Yeah, right? We decided to fish in the backcountry. We went to a spot that holds redfish. So we put the baits right along the mangroves, and right away, Christos gets a bite.
There you go. Get him, Christos.
Christos is on! So he's whining, but it's coming to the boat very easy. Wonder what it is, it's swimming at you, huh?
I didn't know what that was, because it was just swimming right towards you.
You got a nurse shark.
That is an adorable nurse shark.
I haven't ever caught one.
Really? It's your first nurse?
Yep.
You know, we'll keep it on the boat in case we get an injury. The nurse can take care of us.
That's bad, Pete.
Yeah.
Even for you, that's bad.
Yeah, it was my first nurse shark, and they were like 20-something foot.
Leave it to Cristos to catch the first fish of the
That
day.
was awesome.
Congratulations. Pretty cool looking. I think you got a chance to feel it,
You ever touched a nurse shark before?
Man, that's rough.
to rub the skin, and look how tiny the eyes were. And Ozzie explained how it could smell things on the bottom, and it was a nice first fish.
All right, Christos, let's let it go, okay?
Yeah.
Good job, Cristos. All right, we're on the board. We moved around the corner, and right away, Cristos gets a bite,
There you go, Christos, there you go. There's a redfish.
and he starts pulling the fish
Pull to the
out
side,
of the
Cristos.
mangroves, which is the key, because what they want to do is
There you go.
actually run into the mangroves and try to break
That's a
you off
redfish.
in the
Pull to
roots.
side, Christos.
Oh, yes. Look at this form, guys.
Yeah, standing up, pulling out the rod this way, like that, took a lot of power out of me.
What do you think, Christos?
I haven't fought one of these in a long time, and I don't remember them fighting this hard. Never. I was like 5, 6, 7. I mean, I didn't remember them fighting that hard.
Come around the front here. Just drag them around this way.
Whenever you have to move that much, like wherever the fish is going, you have to go towards it and stuff.
You're gonna walk them back to me, and we're gonna come back here and grab them, okay?
You really fight like a pro. It's like, wow, that kid really knows how to fish. At 8 years old, you know, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with out there on the waters. All right,
Yeah,
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a nice one, man. That's
I
perfect.
bet you could have this for your dinner tonight.
And sure enough, it was a slot-sized fish, and we knew that we had the beginnings of an amazing dinner. Good job, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Coming up next on Bass to Billfish.
Cheers.
Get him, Christos! Pete's on too.
We're doubled up.
Yahoo!
Oh, this one's bigger.
Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller is brought to you by. Follow Peter Miller Fishing on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Yeti Coolers, built for the wild. Mercury Marine, go boldly. NTB Tire Kingdom, merchants, that's all you need. Peter Miller is fishing with his 8-year-old guest in Southwest Florida.
Get him, Christos!
Cristos is on.
After Cristos broke the ice by catching a nurse shark, he hooked up with a slot-sized redfish.
All right,
Yeah,
congratulations.
Now they change locations in search of snook.
So we get to the spot where we're going to be targeting snook. We put the baits in the water, and immediately Cristos is hooked up with a snook.
There you go, Christos, reel.
Cheers.
Oh, snook.
Sweet, another species. He's got this snook on, and I hooked up with a redfish.
Pete's on too.
We're doubled up. And we had a nice double header in that spot, right on that oyster bar.
You got a little snook.
Oh yeah, cool, man. That's a snooklet. We brought the snook to the boat, and I handed him the rod to catch the redfish. Here you go.
Nice little snook, Christos.
Yeah, man. That's a nice fish you got there, buddy.
That looks like dinner too.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, redfish dinner, which turned out to be a slot-sized redfish.
That's a nice redfish.
Yes.
A little bigger than your other one.
How many inches?
I'm gonna go 26 and a half.
26 and a
Oh, I was
half.
about to guess that.
There you go.
Look
Does it
at
have 2 dots?
that. Yeah, it's got a double dot.
Keeping that one for dinner too. I'll have one, you'll have one.
Oh, we're gonna eat a fish each? Are we that hungry?
Yeah.
We might be. So now we had 2 fish for the dinner table, which was plenty.
There
they are. I see them.
Bring them in. We see a
Right
school
there.
of
I got my
redfish.
eyes on it, Ozzie.
Big school of redfish.
There was this orange kind of glow in the water. They popped up right there. Wow.
Whoa.
Is it worth top water?
I see him.
When you see them on the surface like that, the best thing to do is throw a top water. And I zing this thing about 70 yards. I wanted the wind to grab
That's
it.
it. You're good. You're good.
I think I see them. They're coming. When I took 2 or 3 twitches, and immediately I was on. They're coming.
Oh, there's a redfish on top water.
Yeah, baby, take it. Take it, man. Woo! And I gave him the rod, and he was ecstatic.
Yahoo!
You got a big redfish there, Christos.
And this is on top water.
Topwater Slammerooski, they were fighting over it. He was excited through the entire fight, and the fact that it was caught on top water lure just made it all that much better.
Christos, want to get you another one?
Yeah, sure. Those redfish kind of wore me out. Yeah, they wore me out.
I think he was very impressed with the way this fish fought. It was running all over the place. How's this fish fighting compared to the last one?
Way harder.
Way harder? Is that one bigger?
I think.
He did a great job fighting it, but he kept saying, God, this fish fights harder than any other fish I've ever caught.
Get him, Christos!
Ooh, that is a nice one.
Oh, this one's bigger!
Woo! Sure enough, we land this overslot red. Woo! High five with the tail, ready? Man, that is a beaut. Good job, man. Woo!
Coming up next on Bass to Billfish.
There you go, Christos. You got a giant on.
This has to be a lunker snook.
It's a big snook.
Here, he's gonna pop up here. Holy cow!
Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Salt Life. Live salty. Yellowfin. Your legacy. Costa. See what's out there. Closed captioning for Bass to Billfish has been provided by Bass Pro Shops. Peter Miller and his guest Cristos are fishing in Southwest Florida.
That looks like dinner, too.
After landing another nice redfish for dinner,
Winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, redfish dinner.
Cristos battled a pair of overslot reds.
Oh, this one's bigger!
Woo!
Now they continue to explore the waters around South Seas Island Resort.
What I love about Captiva and South Seas Island Resort is the close proximity to the fishing, I gotta be honest. South Seas is literally 5 minutes from the dock and you could be catching giant snook, redfish, permit, tarpon, shark, you name it, whatever you want to catch. After the redfish, we ran to a spot right outside South Seas, literally a stone's throw from the boat. I could have landed on the golf course.
Here you go, Christos. When you feel a hard pull, drop it like this and stay down till the line starts coming off the reel, then lift up, okay?
Put the baits out. Christos has his, I have mine.
Get ready. We're just about to the honey hole.
Ready to do this? Round two. Then all of a sudden, Christos gets this bite.
Reel. There you go, Christos. You got a giant on.
And it's just screaming straight. Does it feel like a fish?
Yeah, he's got a big snook.
And I'm looking at the line, and to me, it looked like it was on the bottom. Is this really a snook?
It's a snook, I promise you.
The whole time I was fighting that fish, Mr. Peter Miller, he thought it was the ground.
It just didn't make sense to me how hard this fish was pulling. And Christos just he couldn't do anything. You just have to stand there and let it rip drag. This has to be a lunker snook.
It's a big snook.
Slowly but surely, the fish stopped, and he was able to start working this fish like a champ. How you feeling, buddy? You all right? You doing good?
There you go.
Okay, keep winding.
I think it's a big snook. But normally when they run out deep like
Yeah.
that, they're really big, Peter.
And whenever you take it in drag, you would just put your rod tip up and start reeling on it.
You're doing awesome, buddy. This is a lunker. You know, you're kind of waiting with bated breath. You're like,
You're a natural, Christos.
here he's gonna pop up here, stay tight. When this big back came out, it was ridiculously big. Oh, he's a big chunky monkey with scars on his head. Don't reel anymore, slide him towards me. And it had like scars on its head and on its belly. It looked like it had been through, you know, heck.
All right, Christos. That is a big snook.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Holy cow! How big is this?
You're probably right about 40.
40 inches, really? I'm so happy. I'm proud of you, man. That is
Look at the head on
catch
that.
of a lifetime,
That
man.
is a big snook.
So we caught this fish, we checked it out. He couldn't believe it. He said it was his biggest one ever. I thought he was on bottom for sure. How do we doubt Ozzie in his own backyard? But I did. You can't doubt Ozzie. Big snook release. Here we go. Woo! That's how you do it. Ozzie, man, you promised us a big snook.
Now
We got it.
Now we're going for a shark or another shark.
Man, when a snooker nibbling on the first drift, you gotta try again.
Yeah.
I said, let's do another drift. He goes, it's Peter's turn. He needs to catch a fish.
No, I'm going to get the whole thing to you, man.
I said, no, come on, get up here.
Right here. You should be good. Get ready.
Miraculously, I got a bite.
There he is.
Bowed down to it. Fish started pulling drag.
That's him.
And I knew it was a fish right away.
Oh, it's a lunker.
It's always a lunker with Ozzie. I knew it wasn't as big as Cristos, but it was still a giant.
I want to see how big.
I think yours is bigger.
Mr. Peter hooks up with one, fighting it all over the place.
pretty good fish.
Well, I've caught plenty of big snook, but something about the fish in the pass, they're powerful. And they just rip drag, and you almost feel like you're on the bottom. When you can't move the snook when you're straight up and down on them, you know it's a good one. And then all of a sudden they'll rise up, but then they dig back down. It's like you're fighting a big jack crevalle or a tuna, and you can't move it. And then somehow, you know, the fish gives in a little bit, and we work the fish to the boat. Yours is bigger, Christos.
Yep, mine.
Yep, but this is still a 15-pounder, right?
Oh yeah, look how fat that is. That's a big fish.
I was excited for him. I was like, I want to see how big his snook is going to be.
Oh man, this thing's thick.
Yeah, it's a big fish.
And you always gauge a snook by its width, you know, and you see the thickness of its tail, and you know at that point you've got a monster, you got like a trophy snook on the line. So it's very, very exciting.
There he goes.
Coming up next on Bass to Billfish.
There's the fish.
Oh yeah.
It's a big fish, just running.
Yeah, dude, this fish is huge.
Good job, Cristos.
Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller is brought to you by Monster Products. Always lead, never follow. Ray Marine, simply superior. Follow Peter Miller Fishing on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. FWC, Florida is the fishing capital of the world.
That is a big snook.
8-year-old superfan Cristos has had an incredible time fishing with Peter Miller.
High five with the tail, ready?
After landing huge redfish in the bay, they fished for monster snook in the inlet.
I'm so happy.
Now, as the trip winds down, they look for one more bite.
We get to our next spot, and we're sliding by these docks.
All right, we're getting close to the honey hole.
You cast your baits up on the docks, and you just wait for the strike. We're hoping for either snook or big redfish. Ozzie wanted to kind of close it out with a big fish.
Just kind of throw up at that one right to the left of you.
The first bite, of course, was Cristos. Rod bends over.
There's the fish, Cristos.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
The whole time I was fighting that fish, like wherever the fish is going, you have to pulling out the rod and stuff.
And this fish is screaming drag more than any fish he'd caught on the entire trip. Oh yeah, that could be a snook, huh?
We're going towards the beach.
And you're waiting for it to jump because that's how the snook fight. I think it's a snook, huh?
It's a big fish, just running.
Jeez. But then it turns off the beach and it starts moving all over the place, and we couldn't figure out what it was. And all of a sudden it showed itself. Redfish.
Big
Whoa,
redfish.
that's a lunk. Look at the size of the tail on that one.
But I saw the color of it and I'm like, oh, it's redfish. It's redfish.
Good job, Cristos.
Brings the fish close, 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 works it back and forth. Truly like a pro. You don't really have to tell him anything. What a beast redfish.
That is a fat attack.
Yeah, dude, this fish is huge. Gets his fish up to the boat, and we land this beast, and it was a touchdown.
Oh, that's the biggest one of the day by far. Look at that redfish.
Ending on the lunker.
Look how fat that fish is.
That's like as big as a shark, bro. Definitely my biggest redfish. Was it 30 pounds? 29?
See, we got a true fisherman. It was about 15 to 20 pounds. What do you say we put this fish back in the water in about a minute and we go run back to South Seas and take a swim?
Yep.
Sound good, Ozzie?
Sounds like a great plan to me.
I don't know if Ozzie's gonna get in the water, but I know you are, and I might.
It was like a dream of a lifetime.
Good job, Cristos. Okay, so let's see. Is this where you go up?
Me and Peter Miller, he said, let's go down the slides a couple times.
When you're with a little kid and you see that excitement, you become that little kid. And we ran up the steps, we went down the slide.
It was fun. I mean, I thought we were just going to go fishing and not go down slides.
We had a good time, and the kids were looking at me like, what are you doing up here? Aren't you too old for this? I'm like, you know, move out of my way, kid. We had a true family-style dinner at the Harbourside restaurant because the entire crew came, and also Christos' mom and his older brother showed up for dinner. So we had a table of 12 or 13. They brought over a couple of beautiful yellowtail snappers, like 3-pounders, a couple of those. Appetizers, we had calamari, we had seared tuna, this incredible rice with mango and coconut in there, grilled vegetables, oysters. It was absolutely delicious. They did an amazing job cooking our fish 3 different ways as well.
These are your fresh caught that you caught.
Oh yeah, that's your redfish. Beautiful.
And then fried.
Look at that.
This is the broil.
On a day of fishing to 4 o'clock, I was knocked out.
That's what happens when you catch big redfish and big snook all day. Yep. You're allowed to sleep at the table. What's nice about doing a show with a very positive, polite, giving kid, it's such a great energy. And when you have energetic people around you and positivity, it flows through you, and that energy is like so good and it goes back and forth.
My favorite part was, I had 2 favorite parts. Whenever they surprised me at Bass Pro, and then whenever we went fishing. I'd like to say one thing. Thank you for inviting me to Bass to Bill Fish.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you'd like to see more photos, videos, unseen footage, and to interact with us, please check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And also you can check us out on my blog at Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you out on the water.